in your opinion, we solve the woman man separation? This I know, right? This black man ain't nothing, black woman ain't nothing. We can't seem to get into a relationship and stay together, especially when there's children involved. It seems
Uh-huh.
and this is just my perspective. It seems like everything is peaches and cream until a child is involved. Now everyone wants to go their separate way. Could you offer any advice um, to the listeners on just on ways to possibly solve this problem that we're having in our community, because the black family is, I think, the core of our issues. I think once the man, the woman, and child secure that trinity, then that pushes us in the right direction in regards to overall as a collective our people doing better. If you could shed any light on that from your perspective.
Okay, so now with that being said, here's the thing. First and foremost, as men and women, we have to be able to learn how to listen and communicate. That's the key thing. We don't listen to each other very often. We don't listen to each other. We don't hear each other's problem out because it's always the egos that come into the way. And we have to be able to learn how to put aside our egos and be able to communicate with each other about our issues. All right. Because at the end of the day, we have to learn how to coexist. You cannot coexist alone. So I always say this: individualism is nothing without collectivism. Individualism is nothing without collectivism. You're going to be a part of the collective whether you want to or not. So, anyways, as men and women, we have to understand yes, we are different from each other. Okay. We have ways of expressing things. We're not going to see things the same way, right? But what we have in common is the fact that we're human and we have to respect each other humanity. And that's the problem. And then it's always that, let me tell you how a lot of this stuff come from. A lot of this stuff come from religious ideology as far as how men think women should behave and how women think men should behave this, day, other. It stems from the religious concept, all right, and it stems from being a part of this culture in America. Okay, being in this American culture, we have to realize how detrimental it has done us as a people. It
Mm.
has brought about a lot of detriment to us. It has created a lot of division because we sit around here and we look at these television shows where they create stereotypes about black men and women. And so with these stereotypes, it creates the problem and chaos that we see today. Okay. So we gotta understand that yeah, the main thing is communication. We also gotta stop weaponizing children. Especially when it comes down to the women, you can't go around weaponizing your kid because that's not fair. That's not fair to the child, especially. That child needs the other parent just like they need you. You cannot use that kid against the other parent because you mad at them or because something didn't work out in the relationship. Now and say you want to punish the other parent by weaponizing the children, and that's not fair. You
Mm.
know, and then and also the fathers, the men, gotta learn that you played a part in this when it comes to that creation of the child. You can't just pin all the responsibility on the mother and think the mother's supposed to do most of the work. You got a responsibility, she got a responsibility as well. And if we can understand that how to go about helping each other effectively, how do we listen to each other? What is the most important points and address those important issues, we would not be in so much chaos today. We got to realize that we're not the enemies of each other. Our common enemies is the culture that we live in. That's our enemy. How we've been socially programmed, how we dealt with the social construct, and this all not only stems from the fact we living in America, but our issue with slavery.